Hello, Maurieo Vlogs number 199. Heaven. Hello. Welcome. Well, tomorrow looks like it's going to be a double-digit day. Well, 00. Yeah, 200. We have to see what we can come up with. So, my mother used to have a saying, my old mum, Agnes Kathleen, that some people, she said, they wouldn't be happy in heaven. And I'm often reminded of this because, I don't know, there's no pleasing some people. So the change of government in New Zealand, it's been a change from right to left. And obviously there's some people that are very happy, some not so happy, and some are ecstatic as to the changes that are going to occur, and some the sort of holding back on the rack and ruin that's going to be exacted on the country by this socialist left-leaning government. So, you know, as I say, every now and again I'm reminded of some people that they wouldn't be happy in heaven. So today they had an opening of some new state houses and on stuff and social media, and so they put the houses up and the comments were just, well, I know it's serious stuff and people are believing it, they're passionate about their beliefs and they want to express it, but really some of the comments were just, I don't know where the thinking is, but there was some that said it was a marvellous thing and that it was done by the right-leading government, obviously the one on the way out. Others arguing that that it wasn't, and then some were saying, those houses are far too flash for the for state tenants, and that they're only going to wreck them, and what a waste. And oh dear, it's just I found people that made positive comments, but they were sort of way too positive in a sense that they were sort of, everyone was quite OTT in my opinion. Yep, we've got some, they've built some houses and some people are going to go into them, and the people that are going to go into them are going to be very lucky. Some of them will look after them better than others, and some of them won't. And in 20 years' time or 25 years' time, some of the houses will be in good nick and others will be looking a bit tired, and 3 or 4 of them might have had their 3rd or 4th pull through because of various nefarious activities that may have happened in them. But overall, I think, nobody seems to be actually just happy that the houses have been built and people are going to go into them. So I'm just reminded of my old mum saying, wouldn't be happy in heaven. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, while I don't, agree with positivity at all, in all cases, relentless positivity can be a bit irritating, I think is the word to use. But I think we should be positive and upbeat, and at least acknowledge that a good few people that have been involved in the construction and building of the houses and have seen them realised and finished are feeling pretty proud of themselves because of what they've achieved. And let's just wait a little while, or give them a chance to bask in that glory before we start tearing them a new one. I know, I felt the same myself actually up in at Spring Hill. When I went up to Spring Hill, I spent 2 years there building the prison, and when I went there, I was a bit cynical about it all, really. But after about 2 years, we built some 50-something buildings in 2 years, and we did a tremendous job, and I was really proud of what we'd done. It was, but there was a lot of people that were, dissing it and saying, it was a way too flash and it had this, that, and the other things. But a lot of their arguments, if you actually analysed it, the solution we came up with was an optimum solution for a very hard environment, and was probably going to be more cost effective than what they were suggesting. But quite often people don't know the facts, and so their arguments are not based on sound reasoning or rational judgment. Anyway, today's background, finally, you notice that? The second go I had at that. Today's background, here it is. And now, it's an interesting one. I want you to name the woman, who the woman is. She's an actress, obviously. She's an Australian actress, born in 1969, and hails from Ivanhoe, Melbourne. Now, this picture was taken in 2002. So, I want you need to, in the comments below, work out who she is, which of course you may know if you're a close follower of celebrity and Australian actors and actresses. Who she is, and the association with today's vlog topic, heaven. So, yeah, it's doable, but bit of a double whammy there. But yes, if you can see, who is the actress here, and born in 1969, Ivanhoe, Melbourne, Australia. And the picture here is taken, well, I'm assuming it's taken around 2002. So there you go. Now, yesterday's background was also a movie, and the movie itself was Once Upon a Time in the West. And we have here some of the stars of the movies: Henry Fonda, Claudia Cardinale, Charles Bronson, and Jason Robards, I think. And this guy here was the director, Sergio Leone. So it was one of the spaghetti westerns. Interestingly enough, I looked up, I tried to find a New Zealand western. And I thought of the Billy T. James one, Came a Hot Friday, which in fact is not a western. It just has a western character in it. But I did come across a New Zealand western, which was called Good for Nothing. But I was rather amused to find that the New Zealand western genre, whereas the Italians are the spaghetti westerns, and the Bollywood westerns are called the curry westerns, the New Zealand westerns are called the Pavlova westerns. I don't know whether there's more than one of them, but they're called the Pavlova westerns. So that was a fun fact that I learnt yesterday. But yesterday's background was Once Upon a Time in the West, one of my favourite western movies, well worth a watch. It's a very interesting movie. Well, I enjoyed it anyway, and considered to be one of the best movies of all time. In fact, arguably, obviously. So that brings us back and to the end of the eve of vlog number 200. I haven't got anything planned as yet, but obviously there's got to be some big plans in the making. So we'll see you for number 200 tomorrow. Cheers. See you